To begin this lesson, open the Shining Stone sample file from your Sample Files folder. And open the code behind file of by.aspx. We are now going to add a string variable to the page load event handler. To do this, add the following code. String test string equals hello world. A variable can be thought of as a container for data. You have just created a new string variable called testString, which contains the text hello world. You'll notice that testString is underlined in green. This is a warning message. In Lesson 1.8, you saw that code with errors is underlined in red. Green underlining indicates a warning rather than an error. If you hover your mouse cursor over the marked line, you will see the warning that Visual Studio is giving you. In this case, Visual Studio is just warning you that the testString variable isn't being used for anything. As soon as you add some code to make use of the variable, the green underline will disappear. Warnings won't stop you from running a project. They are there only for informational purposes. We are now going to set the text property of the text box address 1 control to the value of testString. To do this, add a new line to the page load event handler with the following code. Textbox address1.text. Look to the side of the IntelliSense menu, and the first word tells you that the text property of a text box control can be manipulated in the same way as a string variable. You could have guessed that by the fact that it can contain a piece of text. Now complete the line with equals testString. You may have noticed that as you began to type testString, it appeared in the IntelliSense menu. View the page in your browser and as you can see, the Address 1 text box displays Hello World. This is because your code copied the text stored in the variable to the text property of the control. Close your web browser now. We are now going to change the value of the testString variable. The reason variables are called variables is that their values can vary. TestString doesn't have to stay at the value you defined when you created it, and in fact, it is very easy to change its value. Add a new line after the one where you created testString, and add the following code. TestString equals please enter address. This will change the value of the testString variable from hello world to please enter address. This technique works with any kind of variable. View the page in your browser, and as you can see, because the value of the testString variable was changed, the new value is used in the text box. Close the web browser now, and remove all code from the page load event handler. You're now going to create a variable using the text from a control. As well as setting a control's properties from a variable, you can set a variable from a control's properties. Add the following line of code to the end of the button submit order click event handler. String address1 equals text box address1 dot text. This creates a new string variable called address1. It also sets the value of the variable to a copy of the contents of the text box address1 control. Next, add a new line with the code response.write address1. This will write the contents of the string variable you created to the page. View the page in your browser and fill in the highlighted text boxes. They are highlighted to indicate that they are required fields. You may remember that in Lesson 4.9 you set a rule that the phone number had to be a number between 0 and 999999, so make sure that your phone number is within this range. Then press the Submit Order button. The text you entered is written to the screen after the validation message you added earlier. You've now completed Lesson 5.2, Create a Variable.